Hello, my friends. Thank you for taking a moment out of your busy day to pause here with me in this quiet space. A place where we can talk, reflect, and reconnect with the simple things that are often the roots of true change. If this is your first time joining this podcast, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. These small interactions are a big motivation for me to keep creating content that's inspiring and meaningful, not just for you, but also for others out there who need to hear this. Today's topic: willpower, the key to all success. Have you ever wondered, why do some people, despite not having a great start or exceptional talent, still manage to rise and achieve extraordinary things, while others, who seem to have everything, intelligence, opportunities, good conditions, end up going nowhere, achieving nothing truly meaningful? The answer lies in something that seems so small, yet holds the power to change a life. That is willpower. We all have moments when we feel tired, discouraged, and want to give up. There are days when it feels like the whole world is against you, when nothing seems to go right, and giving up feels like the only option. But you know what willpower is, what separates those who keep moving forward from those who give up permanently. And today, we're going to dive deeper into that. I'll share with you why willpower is so important, signs that your willpower might be weakening, the consequences of not training it, real stories of famous people who overcame adversity thanks to unshakable willpower, and finally, practical methods to help you rebuild and strengthen this mental force. Are you ready? If you're in a quiet place, let me talk to you like a close companion. And if you're commuting or curled up under a blanket after a long day, just listen as if this were a soft whisper, reminding you that there's always a strength within you, waiting to be awakened. Part 1: The importance of willpower. Dear friend, if life is a long journey, then willpower is your pair of legs. It's not as dazzling as talent, nor as visible as achievements, but it's the one thing that can carry you from the starting line to the finish line, no matter how rough the road may be. Willpower isn't something distant, reserved for the extraordinary. It lives in the smallest of actions. Waking up just 10 minutes earlier to exercise, learning a new skill despite being tired, persisting in doing what's right, even when results are not immediate. Willpower is the ability to continue, especially when giving up feels easier. Willpower, the root of all success. In every journey, whether you're a student, a professional, an entrepreneur, or someone trying to find yourself again after a setback, no one can go far without willpower. Success doesn't come simply from favorable circumstances. It's the result of failing 100 times, and each time choosing to get back up instead of staying down. I once came across this quote: "Willpower doesn't guarantee success, but without it, failure is guaranteed." And that rings so true. There are people who are smart, talented, and creative, but they lack mental endurance. They give up easily. They say things like, "I'll do it later. It's too hard for me. This isn't for me." Then 5 or 10 years go by, and they look back wondering, why are others moving forward while I'm still stuck here? The answer is willpower. Not extraordinary ability, but a steady commitment to what truly matters. Willpower can be trained. Here's the good news. You don't need to be born with a strong will. Willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The more you step out of your comfort zone, the more you stick with small, consistent actions each day, the more you build an unshakable spirit. Quiet, unflashy, but powerful, like flowing water wearing away stone. You don't have to climb mountains, run marathons, or build billion-dollar companies to prove your will. You just have to keep doing what you believe is right, even when you're tired, even when it's slow, even when the results aren't clear yet. If you're still going, you're already ahead of most. Willpower, your silent companion. Here's a truth that people rarely talk about. When you begin working toward your goals, the world doesn't cheer you on. No one applauds. There's no dramatic soundtrack in the background like in the movies. You'll feel alone. You'll question yourself. You'll want to turn back. But in those moments of silence, willpower is the one companion that stays by your side. It whispers, "Keep going. Maybe no one sees right now, but you will see the result if you don't give up." That's why the truly successful often say, "I'm not better than others. I just didn't stop when others already had." Willpower, the light in cloudy days. Life is not always easy. There will be days when you have no motivation, no one beside you, and everything seems to fall apart. In those moments, motivation feels like a luxury. Willpower is the only energy left to hold on to. It's what keeps you from losing yourself. It's what stops you from drowning in negativity, what shields your mind from fear. It helps you hold onto a single, quiet belief. Tomorrow, the sun will rise again. You might have nothing in your hands, no connections, no money, no prestigious degrees, but if you have willpower, you already hold the most important thing to begin. Remember, success doesn't belong to the smartest. It belongs to the most persistent. No one can live your life for you, and no one can take your steps but you. In the next part, we'll explore: how do you know when your willpower is weakening? Let's uncover the subtle signs you need to catch before it's too late. Part 2, Signs of Weak Willpower. Dear friend, as we've shared, willpower isn't something we're born with. It's a life skill, a muscle that must be exercised, tested, and strengthened every single day. But before you can build stronger willpower, you first need to recognize where you're falling short. So in this part, we'll gently and honestly look at the clear and sometimes subtle signs that your willpower might be weakening. If you recognize yourself in any of these, don't be discouraged. Awareness is the very first step toward change. 1. You constantly procrastinate, even with the smallest things. This isn't about huge dreams, like starting a business or writing a book. It's the simple things. You plan to get up early to exercise, but hit snooze. You knew you needed to read, but ended up scrolling your phone until midnight. You planned to learn a new skill, but kept saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." Repeated procrastination is a sign that you're struggling to control yourself. It's not just about lacking discipline, it's about lacking commitment to your own goals. People with strong willpower don't always feel motivated, but they understand the value of showing up, even when it's imperfect. 2. You give up easily when things get tough. Ask yourself, when you start something new, a course, a project, a healthy habit, how long do you stick with it? If even the smallest obstacle causes you to stop, it's not just lack of motivation, It's a weakness in your ability to endure and push through. Many believe willpower only matters in big challenges, but that's not true. Willpower is built in every moment you choose not to quit, especially when results aren't immediate. 3. You always wait for the perfect conditions to start. Ever said something like, I'll start when I have more time. I'll write when inspiration hits. I'll launch my idea when I have enough money, knowledge, experience. The truth is, conditions will never be perfect. Strong people take action even when they're not fully ready. If you're always waiting for the stars to align, you'll spend your life stuck at the starting line. 4. You're easily influenced by others and your environment. When your willpower is weak, you're easily thrown off course by other people's opinions. One criticism makes you question yourself. One misunderstanding makes you want to give up. You follow others' moods and opinions and abandon your own goals just because they said so. Willpower doesn't mean ignoring the world. It means being able to listen without losing your voice. 5. You complain more than you take action. People with weak willpower often fall into the trap of blame. Work is too busy. My family doesn't support me. I'm not as good as others. It's just bad timing. Complaining might feel good in the moment, but it never brings change. Those with strong willpower focus on what they can do, not what's outside of their control. 6. You struggle to stick with anything long term. This is one of the clearest signs. You don't lack energy. You don't lack dreams. You lack endurance. You get excited in the beginning, but just a few days later, you lose consistency. You start projects with passion, but leave them unfinished every time. 7. You live too much by emotion, too little by principle. We all have lazy, tired days. That's normal. But if you always live based on how you feel in the moment, you won't make it far. Strong people don't always feel good, but they still do the right thing even when they don't feel like it. Willpower is showing up when no one's watching. It's finishing the task without praise, without applause. So, how many of these signs do you recognize in yourself? As I said before, don't worry, none of us are perfect, but the moment you see what's holding you back, you've already taken one step closer to changing it. In the next part, I'll share the silent but serious consequences of not building your willpower, so you'll understand why making a change is urgent, not optional. Part 3. The consequences of weak willpower. Dear friend, in the previous section, we took an honest look at the signs of weakening willpower, but simply recognizing the problem isn't enough. If we don't take action, what happens? The truth is, the consequences of weak willpower don't strike immediately. They come slowly, quietly but surely, and that's what makes them so dangerous. It's like a boat drifting slightly off course. At first, it's only a few degrees, but the longer it goes, the further it strays from where it was meant to be. Your life can end up in a completely different place without you even realizing it. So let's face the truth together. Here's what weak willpower can take away from your life. 1. The world will move on and leave you behind. This world doesn't slow down for anyone. Life moves forward, technology advances. Opportunities appear and vanish in a blink. If you don't have the willpower to keep learning, keep adapting, keep going, you won't be left behind because you're not good enough, but because you couldn't keep up. From technology to skills, to mindset. Strong people are those who dare to learn, dare to change, dare to start again. The weak, they stay still, and eventually they disappear from the game. 2. You'll unknowingly limit yourself. When you don't believe you can overcome something, you won't even try. And if you never try, you'll never truly know what you're capable of. Weak willpower shrinks you out your world. You won't speak your truth. You won't walk the path you dream of. You won't dare to love deeply, to dream boldly, or to live authentically. You'll become a smaller version of yourself, safe but lifeless. 3. You become a victim of your circumstances. When willpower is weak, it's easy to fall into the role of the victim in your own story, blaming your job, blaming your parents, blaming society, blaming fate. You live as if waiting for a miracle instead of becoming the miracle. You blame more than you change, and in doing so, you hand over the steering wheel of your life. That's the tragedy. No one else can live your life for you. And if you don't take the wheel, eventually you'll end up somewhere you never intended to go for. You'll fail before you even begin. It's harsh, but it's true. People with weak willpower often fail before they've truly tried. They quit at the first sign of struggle. They wait for things to get easier instead of creating their own momentum. They want success, but not the pain, the repetition, or the learning that comes with it. The result, nothing. Just a trail of unfinished dreams, maybe next time plans, and once precious goals left behind. Life doesn't reward those who only dream. It rewards those who persist. 5. You'll live in regret. The deepest pain from weak willpower isn't in what you didn't get. It's in who you didn't become. It's the quiet, aching thought, I could have been more. It's the sigh every time you watch someone else live a dream you once held. It's the silent sting when another opportunity passes, and you weren't strong enough to reach for it. People without willpower live in the past, haunted by what could have been. Those with willpower live for tomorrow, powered by what they choose to do today. So you see, willpower isn't just a tool to achieve more. It's what keeps you from losing yourself. Without it, you don't just lose opportunities, you lose the best version of who you could be. But here's the beautiful truth. At any moment, you can choose to change. You don't have to wait for the new year. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You just need to decide and take that first step right here, right now. In the next part, I'll share with you real stories of famous people, people who fell, who were rejected, who had nothing but who kept moving forward because of one thing: willpower. Part 4, Lessons on Willpower from Those Who Made It. Dear friend, there are some stories that don't need fancy words because their journey speaks louder than any speech. When you feel small, weak, and ready to give up, look to these people. They've stood in the dark. They've been rejected. They've been laughed at. They've failed publicly, painfully. But they didn't stop. And because they kept going, they turned pain into power, failure into foundation, and rose to heights even they once thought impossible. J. Case Halling. From a cold room to millions of hearts. Before becoming one of the world's most beloved authors. J. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare, struggling at the lowest point in her life. Her first Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 major publishers. But she didn't give up. She kept writing by hand in cheap cafes. She kept sending her manuscript out, believing someone, somewhere, would understand her world. And finally, not through magic, but through unwavering will, Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Rowling became a symbol of how belief and persistence can rewrite destiny. Jack Ma, rejected again and again, but never gave up. He failed his university entrance exam 3 times. He was rejected from 30 jobs, including one at KFC. No one believed Jack Ma could ever achieve anything big, but he never stopped learning. He never stopped trying. He dared to dream the impossible, bringing the internet to China. And the result? He founded Alibaba, one of the largest e-commerce empires in the world. One of his most powerful quotes is, "If you don't give up, you still have a chance." Giving up is the real failure, the common thread. They didn't quit. No one becomes successful by luck alone. They made it because they refused to quit. You see, talent might help you move quickly, but willpower is what helps you go far. There will always be people who doubt you, who reject you, who underestimate you. But as long as you don't give up on yourself, you're still moving forward. Let me remind you of this. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Whether it's your studies, your career, or a dream you're still holding on to. Don't let a lack of persistence take it away. None of us are superheroes, but ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things if they just take one more step, one more day, again and again. You've heard the stories of others. Now, the real question is, do you want your story to become an inspiration too? In the next and final part, I'll share simple, practical, and powerful ways to train your willpower so you don't just listen, you start transforming. Are you ready? Part 5, How to Rebuild Your Willpower. Dear friend, please remember this. No one is born with a steel spirit. The people you admire, the strong ones, the resilient ones, the ones who never seem to tire. They weren't born that way. They shape themselves into that, day by day, choice by choice. Each time, they chose to rise above their own limits. If you feel weak, if you give up too easily, if you lack consistency, don't be afraid. You can change, and you must change, because life won't slow down while you gather your strength. It keeps moving forward, and if you don't train your willpower, life may just sweep you along without direction. Today, I'll share with you real, simple, no-nonsense ways to start again from exactly where you are. No abstract theory, no dreamy fluff, just small, practical actions you can take right now. 1. Think in keywords, not in perfect conditions. Many people don't start something because they feel they're not ready, not enough information, not enough steps, not the perfect guidebook. But here's a truth. People with strong willpower don't wait to be ready. They just need one keyword to begin. Want to learn design? Type "learn design" into Google. Want to write better? Search "writing for beginners." Want to do content creation? Start by writing one short post a day, one keyword plus one decision. That's all it takes to kick off your journey. You don't need a complete roadmap. You just need to start walking. To train your willpower with small, non-negotiable habits. Willpower doesn't come from motivation. It comes from small victories over yourself every single day. Wake up on time. Don't touch your phone in the first 30 minutes. Finish one task you've been putting off. Resist 5 minutes of mindless scrolling. Each time you stay disciplined, you win. Each time you win, your willpower muscle grows. Choose one small action today and say to yourself, no compromise, no excuses, no quitting. 3. Build a support system. Don't just rely on inspiration. You can't rely on inspiration forever. It comes and goes like lightning in the dark. What you need is a system, an environment that helps you stay focused. A small group of like-minded people who uplift and challenge you. Clear, firm principles. For example, I sit down to work at 7 a.m., whether I feel like it or not. Your system will hold you up on the days your spirit wants to give in. 4. Focus on progress, not just results. People with weak willpower often chase big results. I need to make $100,000. I need to lose 10 kg in 1 month. I must succeed within 6 months. And when they don't hit those targets quickly, they get discouraged and give up. But strong-willed people think differently. They ask, how have I improved from yesterday? How many more days have I stayed consistent? What did I learn from today's failure? Progress is what keeps you grounded. Success will come naturally if you keep moving forward one step at a time. 5. Use failure as fuel. Failure doesn't break you. Giving up does. Think like the Japanese saying, failure is just a chance to begin again this time, more wisely. Made a mistake. Try again. Got rejected. Learn and come back stronger. Fell short. Adjust and continue. Weak people fear failure. Strong people use it as stepping stones. 6. Rewire your inner voice. The way you talk to yourself shapes your reality. Don't say, I can't do this. I'm so bad at this. This just isn't for me. Instead, say, I'm learning how to get better. Not yet, but soon. I'm not perfect, but I'm progressing every day. Your mind listens to you. It believes what you say. So speak with kindness, belief, and strength. The choice is yours. You can spend the rest of your life stuck in this cycle, always delaying, always giving up, always disappointed in yourself. Or you can start training your willpower today, right now. You don't need to change the whole world. You just need to win against yourself day by day. A person who doesn't give up. A person who stands up again. A person who chooses to start again and again. That person can't be defeated. Part 6. As long as you don't give up. Dear friend, how many times have you asked yourself, can I really do this? Am I strong enough to see it through? Do I have enough willpower not to turn back? Let me tell you this, and I hope you hold it deep in your heart. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to not give up. Willpower isn't a roaring flame that burns endlessly. Sometimes it's just a small flicker, faint and hidden beneath the ashes, but still alive. As long as you don't snuff it out, it can ignite again and again and again. 90% of people fail because they give up too soon. Not because they weren't smart enough, not because they lacked talent, but because They quit before the turning point ever arrived. You'd be surprised to know that best-selling author rejected 47 times. That millionaire founder lost money for 2 years straight. That world champion broke a leg and was nearly forgotten. What do they all have in common? They didn't give up. They kept going. When no one believed in them, when nothing was guaranteed, when they themselves were filled with doubt, and that is why they won. There will be bad days, and that's okay. There will be days when you're tired, when you feel like collapsing, when you want to disappear and shut out the world, when you envy others and feel like you're not enough. But please remember losing. One day doesn't mean you've lost your whole life. Let yourself rest, but then come back. Let yourself cry, but then stand up. Let yourself fall, but don't stay down. Willpower doesn't mean you never fall. It means you always rise one more time. And one day, you'll thank yourself. You'll thank yourself for not giving up when everything felt hopeless, for not taking the easy way out, for not abandoning yourself even when no one was watching, even when no one applauded you. You'll look back and see every small effort, every hard decision, every silent victory led you to someone stronger, someone wiser, someone unshakable. As long as you don't give up, you're already ahead of most. People will ask you, how did you do it? How did you change yourself? And you'll smile because you'll know you weren't better, you weren't luckier, you just didn't give up when others did. So if you feel lost, pause, take a breath, then keep going. If you feel alone, remember you're building something that many only dream of, but never dare to start. And if you ever feel like giving up, come back to this line. As long as you don't give up, you still have a chance. If you followed along this far, thank you for dedicating your most valuable time to listen. If you found this postcard meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. That's how you give me the energy to continue spreading positive, practical, and kind things to the community.